Having Mercury in Virgo in the first house can shape a person's core personality traits. This placement suggests a highly analytical and detail-oriented individual. Excellent communication and problem-solving skills are common strengths. However, a challenge might be an overbearing perfectionist streak, possibly leading to unnecessary stress. When it comes to relationships, emotional connection might take a backseat to intellectual compatibility. They can enjoy in-depth and meaningful conversations and need partners who can keep up with their active minds. A challenge here could be the tendency to overanalyze relationships, which might lead to being overly critical. For career influences, this placement may benefit professions that require detail, precision, and deep analysis. Working in research, science, or other data-centric fields could be favorable. Being meticulous and detail-oriented are strengths in these careers, but overanalysis might lead to delays or paralysis by analysis. Personal growth lessons include learning to balance their need for perfection with the reality of imperfection in life. They need to understand that imperfections are a necessary part of life and should not always be viewed as a flaw. This realization can help them manage stress and foster healthier relationships. In essence, the person with Mercury in Virgo in the first house is an intellectual being with a deep love for facts and detail. They can benefit from embracing the beauty of imperfection in self, others, and life at large. This can lead to significant personal growth, harmony in relationships, and success in career. Mercury in Virgo in the second house signifies a practical, detail-oriented thinker highly sensitive to their surroundings. This placement often indicates a person known for their analytical mind and detailed precision in solving problems. They crave order and efficiency in everything they do and are capable of deep focus and concentration. In relationships, such individuals may be seen as perfectionists. They prefer partners who share their love for order, practicality, and deep conversations. However, their critical nature may create friction at times as they tend to analyze every minor action or word. Career-wise, individuals with this placement excel in roles demanding meticulousness and analytic skills. Jobs in accounting, programming, editing, or scientific research could be suitable for them as these require strong attention to detail. One strength linked to Mercury in Virgo in the second house is the capacity for strategic thinking. They can easily dissect complex problems with their analytical mindset. They are also innately practical and resourceful, making them good at management roles. However, their tendency to strive for perfection can be a challenge. Their high standards might lead to stress and the potential to be overly critical or overly concerned with minor details, resulting in missed big-picture perspectives. Personal growth for Mercury in Virgo in the second house involves learning to balance their attention to detail with a more holistic perspective. Also, they need to let go of excessive perfectionism and learn that mistakes are often a natural part of progress. This will help them to be more accepting of themselves and others, leading to improved relationships and overall life satisfaction. Mercury in Virgo in the third house denotes a person with a highly analytical and systematic mind. These individuals prefer clear communication, and are excellent at reasoning and problem-solving. They are detail-oriented and able to break down complex information into understandable parts. In relationships, they may lean towards being nitpicky or overly critical, due to their exacting nature. They need partners who appreciate their intelligence and give them intellectual stimulation. They also value honesty and demand clear communication from their loved ones. Misunderstandings frustrate them. In regards to career, this placement suggests great success in roles where detail orientation and analytical skills are crucial, such as research, data analysis, teaching, or accountancy. Staying organized and planning ahead come easily to these individuals. They are dependable and hardworking. On the flip side, their challenge lies in their perfectionism, which often leads to self-criticism and stress. They can be overly harsh on themselves and others when things don't meet their high standards. Personal growth for Mercury in Virgo in the third house arises from learning to let go of some control and embracing the unpredictable aspects of life. Patience and flexibility are important lessons for them. They must also learn to express their feelings more openly and be less critical of themselves and others. Overall, Mercury in Virgo in the third house offers keen intellect and organizational skills, but invites growth in terms of emotional expression and flexibility. Mercury in Virgo in the fourth house indicates a person with a highly analytical and detail-oriented mind. They tend to be very practical, organized, and excellent in communication. Their home environment likely stimulates their intellectual interests, as they enjoy digging deep into a particular subject. In terms of relationships, they value intellectual compatibility. This placement may often lead to a tendency to overanalyze their relationships, potentially causing stress or misunderstandings. But their analytical nature also drives them to solve any problems proactively, scripting harmonious ties. In the realm of career, individuals with this configuration tend to excel in fields requiring attention to detail, precision, and clear communication. They could prosper in careers like editing, data analysis, teaching, or any bureaucracy-related fields. Strengths associated with this placement include great organizational skills, problem-solving abilities, and outstanding communication skills. Challenges might involve overthinking or getting lost in details, sometimes leading to anxiety. Personal growth comes from learning to balance detail focus with seeing the bigger picture, reducing the tendency to sweat the small stuff. Cultivating patience and acceptance to let things unfold naturally rather than forcefully micromanaging every detail could be another important lesson. Ultimately, people with Mercury in Virgo in the fourth house are likely to be intellectually driven, detail-oriented, and dedicated, with an instinct to adapt and improve. Mercury in Virgo in the fifth house often points to a person with highly analytical thinking and excellent communication skills. Such individuals are detail-oriented and organized, making them efficient and effective in their work. They may have a love for learning and be naturally curious about the world around them. This, combined with their analytical nature, often leads to a deep understanding of various subjects. This placement suggests a person who is most likely to be methodical and thorough in their approach, which can be beneficial in the workplace. When it comes to relationships, this person might communicate logically and clearly, which can help in avoiding misunderstandings. They might, however, strive for perfection in their relationships, which can lead to some challenges if expectations are not met. In terms of career, these individuals might excel in fields that require precision and detail, such as research, data analysis, or similar analytical roles. Their thirst for knowledge may also lead them towards careers in education. The strengths associated with this placement include careful attention to detail, intellectual curiosity, and excellent communication skills. However, challenges could stem from the tendency to overthink or excessively worry about details, leading to stress. It's also possible they might set impractically high standards for themselves and others. For personal growth, lessons might involve learning to accept imperfections, both in themselves and others, and to cope with stress deriving from their high standards. Cultivating patience and learning to appreciate the big picture beyond the details might also prove beneficial. Having Mercury in Virgo in the 6th house means the individual is detail-oriented and logical in their way of thinking. They tend to be analytical, preferring to break down problems into manageable parts before tackling them. Working methodically, they strive for perfection and can be critical of anything that doesn't meet their high standards. The person can sometimes overthink, leading to anxiety and stress. Such individuals tend to worry about health and diet, and may put too much pressure on themselves to maintain control and order. Despite that, they can adapt to changing situations quickly. They are excellent communicators, with a knack for giving clear and succinct explanations or instructions. In relationships, they exhibit a caring and service-oriented nature. They believe in practical expressions of love and prefer partners who value intelligence and efficiency. Healthy communication is vital for them in maintaining harmonious relationships. In terms of career, they are well suited to roles that require rigorous analysis, meticulous organization, and clear communication. They can excel in sectors like healthcare, research, accounting, or any field demanding methodical, precision-based work. Their main challenge is to learn to manage their anxiety and avoid unnecessary criticism of self and others. They need to balance their desire for perfection with the understanding that it's okay to make mistakes. Improving self-compassion and developing a greater tolerance for unpredictability are crucial for their personal growth. Their strength lies in their analytical mind, adaptability, and communicational skills, boosting their personal and professional life. They can contribute a great deal to their workplaces and relationships with their dedicated, supportive nature. Mercury in Virgo in the 7th house indicates a person who is analytical, pragmatic, and detail-oriented. These individuals often have an impressive mental acuity, allowing them to process information quickly and efficiently, making them particularly adept at problem-solving. At times, however, they may tend to overthink, leading to worries and unnecessary anxiety. In terms of relationships, these individuals have a thoughtful, service-oriented approach. They strive for integrity and honesty in their partnerships. However, their quest for perfection and incessant demand for precision may lead to critical and judgmental tendencies. They need to learn to accept flaws in their partners, asserting a more appreciative, less critical mindset. For their career, Mercury in Virgo in the 7th house is conducive to professions that require attention to detail, clear communication, and analytical thinking. This could include careers in writing, editing, teaching, research, or analytical fields such as science and technology. Their strong communication skills can also be utilized in diplomacy and negotiating roles. The strengths associated with this placement are intellectual capability, meticulousness, and strong communication skills. However, challenges may arise from their critical nature and tendency to overthink. The major personal growth lesson for these individuals is accepting imperfections in themselves and others, focusing on the big picture rather than getting lost in the details. By embracing the idea of good enough, they can facilitate stronger, healthier relationships and a more satisfying personal and professional life. Having Mercury in Virgo in the 8th house often signifies sharp intellect and intuition. The person likes to analyze and solve life's puzzles. With their keen eye for detail, they can handle complex issues with ease. They may be reserved, introverted, but with excellent communication skills, making them trustworthy confidants. In relationships, the bearer of Mercury in Virgo in the 8th house can be observant, attentive, and sometimes overly critical. They tend to keep emotions to themselves. However, they will always strive for deep, meaningful connections. They may face challenges due to their perfectionistic tendencies, which can put strain on relationships. Career-wise, this placement favors professions that deal with deep research or investigation. They might thrive in fields like psychology, finance, forensic science, or detective work. Capable of detailed analysis and with a natural curiosity for uncovering hidden truths, they can excel in careers requiring analytical thinking. Strengths associated with this placement include intellectual acuity, effective communication skills, and a knack for detail-oriented tasks. Challenges involve a tendency to overthink, criticism, and an emotional reticence that can lead to interpersonal difficulties. Regarding personal growth, learning to tone down criticism and developing emotional openness can help. Overcoming the tendency of perfectionism can lead to healthier relationships and less stress. Taking time to understand their own feelings instead of just analyzing them can lead to deeper emotional connections. Overall, Mercury in Virgo in the 8th house suggests an intellectual, introspective, and detail-oriented personality potentially excelling in analytical and investigative careers, while facing challenges related to emotional reticence. Mercury in Virgo in the 9th house makes for an individual with a sharp, analytical mind. This placement blends Virgo's detail-oriented approach with the 9th house's focus on philosophy, learning, and exploration. Consequently, these folks are often deeply interested in knowledge and may have a knack for systematic learning and research, which could shine in careers such as academia, law, or journalism. Their communication is clear, precise, and detail-oriented, making them reliable and efficient. They feel a drive to explore, study, and understand the world around them deeply. In relationships, they are honest and trustworthy but may struggle with overthinking or perfectionism, which can lead to anxiety or analysis paralysis. They might have a tendency to be overly critical or demanding, which can challenge their personal relationships. The strengths of someone with Mercury in Virgo in the 9th house exist in their ability to analyze, understand, and communicate complex ideas with clarity. Their intense curiosity drives to constantly learn and explore means they are never stagnant. The challenges come largely from the need for perfection, as they may become unnecessarily anxious when unable to meet their high standards. Their critical nature could lead to misunderstandings in their relationships. Personal growth lessons for this placement include learning to balance their analytical mind with compassion and patience, increasingly accepting imperfections both in themselves and others. They will learn to use their analytical skills to their advantage, but let go of excessive worry, embracing the world in all its flaw and beauty. When Mercury is in Virgo in the 10th house, it suggests an individual with impressive analytical skills and a keen eye for detail, excelling in their communication. The person is likely a critical thinker, meticulous and reliable, often going above and beyond to ensure tasks are completed accurately. In relationships, this placement may mean an individual who values intellectual stimulation and straightforward dialogue. They might appreciate well-organized, practical, and sensible partners. However, they could risk becoming overly critical or demanding perfection in themselves and others, causing strain. Career-wise, their precision, analytical skills, and ability to communicate effectively could lead to success in careers that demand meticulously, like research, analysis, or administration. An interest in public reputation might also propel them towards professions involving public appearance or authority. The strengths of this placement include the ability to dissect complex concepts, accuracy, reliable communication, and a tendency to strive for perfection. Its challenges might involve a tendency to overanalyze, become overly critical, or struggle with perfectionism. Personal growth for an individual with Mercury in Virgo in the 10th house may involve learning to balance their drive for perfection with acceptance of imperfection, and using their communication skills to build more positive and less critical relationships. They could benefit from recognizing their analytical abilities as a strength while tempering the potential for overanalysis. They might find value in learning to speak and act with compassion, promoting a more positive self-image and harmonious relationships. Mercury in Virgo in the 11th house indicates a mind that is practical, detail-oriented, and analytical, with a focus on community connections. This person communicates carefully, thinks critically, and loves solving problems. They gain fulfillment from intellectual pursuits, often becoming the go-to helper among their groups. Their logical, data-driven thinking combined with their desire to improve the world makes them a valuable asset. In relationships, they lean towards logical reasoning over emotions. They appreciate straightforward, honest dialogues and often seek intellectual compatibility. They can sometimes be too critical or blunt, inadvertently hurting others' feelings. However, in the ideal scenario, their reliable and honest communication fosters trust and understanding. Career-wise, the ideal fields resonate with their analytical mindset and communal orientation. Research, technology, social work or environmental causes could be fitting. Their precision, ability to communicate effectively and unrelenting pursuit of perfection can lead to significant contributions in these areas. One strength of this placement is the individual's capacity for logical analysis and clear communication. Challenges may include overthinking, excessive criticism, or being overly reliant on logic. Personal growth involves balancing logic with empathy, reducing self-criticism, and embracing the emotional aspects of life. They should try to remember that not all problems need fixing, and they can give room for others to just express their feelings without offering solutions. The individual with Mercury in Virgo in the 12th house is likely to be marked by introspection, attention to detail and desire for perfection. Analytical and methodical, this person often works best behind the scenes. They may have a talent for understanding complex, hidden things, making them good at problem solving. Additionally, they may possess strong organizational skills and a good memory, inherited from Mercurius' influence as the planet of communication and Virgo's down-to-earth nature. In relationships, this person tends to be more of a listener than a talker. Thoughtful and attentive, they often sacrifice their needs for the sake of their partner's. However, their tendency to overthink and worry can lead to misunderstandings. Their talents and interests geared toward service may draw them towards careers in healthcare, research, or digital design. Their methodical nature could lead them to shine in detail-oriented fields, while their nurturing Virgo influence might make caregiving roles fulfilling for them. Strengths for these individuals often lie in their ability to see the bigger picture and their diligent, analytical minds. But their challenge often stems from the fear of criticism, resulting in holding back their true thoughts and feelings. For personal growth, they should learn to express themselves more openly. Learning to communicate their needs and desires without fear of judgment is a significant part of personal growth for them. Embracing their hidden talents and using them more proactively and publicly is another lesson. Meanwhile, they should also strive not to get lost in details and worry less, to maintain mental and emotional well-being. While it's in their nature to help others, they should remember self-care isn't selfish.